Good morning. It's Sunday morning. Wife and my granddaughter starting to start around a little bit. I've been awake for probably an hour and a half or so. Doing the good old, seeing what popped up on my phone overnight deal. News blast from news channels I follow. See if anything important came into the email last night. I have a couple of things from the flyover and a couple other Christian news things that I follow. And then I hit my Facebook, see who's shared what. And I have a lot of people I follow on Facebook that do Christian content now. A few years ago, that wasn't the case. But now it is. I used to wake up the first thing every morning and look at my bank account. And immediately start worrying about how I'm going to pay the bills. I start thinking about everything that's got to be done that day. What my plans are. And the Lord has revealed to me over and over again, you are starting your day off completely wrong. Now, it's usually several hours after I wake, sometimes a couple hours after I've been at work, before I even look at my bank account. And the first things I look at in the morning may not be a Bible, but it's people sharing from the Bible what they've learned, lessons that God's taught them, kind of like what I do here. And God gave me a message this morning. Today, you will not succeed at everything you set out to do. Tomorrow isn't looking good either. We already know how yesterday turned out. Which I heard something good yesterday. Don't bring yesterday's problems into today's world. Yesterday's problems are gone. You can't do nothing about them. But today is a different day. When you are not successful at something you try, you do not fail. You only fail if you don't even try it. What makes it a success is you tried to do something that you thought you could do, and now you know you're not able to do it, or you need to find a different way to do it. So, because you've learned a lesson from what you tried and did not succeed at, you managed to learn something. So therefore, a lack of success is not a failure. I can go out and try to walk on a high wire, like they used to do in the circus of old days, and probably fall and die. One, because I have vertigo, and two, because of my vertigo, my equilibrium is not so good, and so I know I probably can't walk on a high wire. I can't cure cancer. I can't heal family strife amongst family members, fathers and sons and mothers, or whatever. I can't heal any of that. But I can talk about someone that can. I can tell you about someone that can. Well, I'm in the midst of kind of a career crisis, life crisis myself. I've been thinking about how much I don't want to do something that I've done most of my life. But I don't know what my next step is. Here's what I do know. I have zero chance of success if I try to take that next step without God. If I don't send God out in front of me to take point in my life, to lead me where He wants me to go, to teach me what I need to learn and when I need to learn it. And I understand that I'm going to have trouble forgiving myself when I don't succeed at something. But see, to try and to not succeed is not a failure. Because in the end, you still learn something from your lack of success. And now you get motivated to try to go and learn how to be successful at it the next time you try. We do this in fishing all the time. Man, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm over here not catching nothing. I'm looking at you over here on the other bank. And man, you're pulling them out every couple of minutes. What am I doing wrong? Am I not holding my mouth right? Do I got my tongue to the left when it should be to the right? Should it be up instead of down? What am I doing wrong? We can talk to other fishermen. We can talk to other workers that are in the same trade that we're in that have more success than we have. But when it comes to not being so successful at our life goals, are we turning to other people? Or are we turning to God? There have been many things I've tried to do on my own, and I've hit my knees and said, God, I failed. And God said, you didn't fail. You learned that you just couldn't do it without me. So because you don't succeed at something, they used to tell us as kids, if at first you don't succeed, try and try and try again. What they failed to tell us is when we try it again, we try a little something different. We try a little something different. When the mother's in the kitchen cooking a dish, I've often heard grandmothers that say, well, I don't use measuring cups. I just kind of add until I think it tastes right. My wife tells me all the time, Robin, you are not a failure unless you stop trying. And that's just it. Oftentimes, we don't succeed at something because we forgot a step along the way. My trucking career, I was finally working for the kind of company I wanted to work for. Company I've been looking for most of my career. The pay per mile wasn't all that great. Wasn't the lowest in the industry. Wasn't the highest. It was somewhere in the middle. But I was happy. Bills were getting paid. Had an awesome driver manager that was also a chaplain, and we could have some of the best conversations. Matter of fact, while I'm making this video, he just sent out his daily devotional deal out of Proverbs that I'm going to read shortly. I'll tell you this. The reason I'm not in an 18-wheeler right now is because I forgot a step. Everything has finally come into place in my career, and I forgot a step. I forgot to take care of myself. I didn't fail at trucking. I haven't failed in life. I really haven't failed at anything. The only reason I didn't succeed was because God had a lesson for me to learn, and that was don't try it without Him. Don't drive your car without a seatbelt on. Don't carry a gun if you're not going to load it. Carry God with you everywhere you go. Send Him out front. Let Him be that friend that knocks the bully demons out of the way for you. When that boss yells at you for a minor mistake or something you didn't even do. When your wife gets mad or your spouse gets mad at you for something you forgot to do or you did that you forgot they didn't want, she or him didn't like you to do or whatever. When someone's first reaction is anger, don't react in kind. It's a hard lesson to learn. But this I'll tell you. You don't fail. You learn a lesson about why you didn't succeed, and you try again. Sometimes it's a quick, easy fix, and other times you have to dive into study, and it may take a little bit to understand it. There's a lot of things in my life that have happened in my 52 years that I don't understand, that I didn't understand why they didn't work. I said I walked with God for many years, but I spent all my time except Sunday mornings chasing demons, entertaining demons. You're not going to succeed at everything you try today. Tomorrow or the next day don't look good either. But at the end of the day, you can raise your head up and say, you know what? I learned something today. I learned I'm not a lawyer. I learned I'm not a doctor. But most importantly, I learned today, I'm not God. And if I need God to succeed, for me to be able to succeed at anything, then I better get Him in front of me. In front of me, behind me, in me, and throughout me. You're still not going to succeed at everything you try today. As much as I can't afford a boat, I had to fish from the bank because I haven't learned how to walk on water yet. If we could walk on water, nobody would ever be able to sell a boat again. So, when you get out of that bed in a bit, understand, I'm not going to succeed at anything today, or at everything today. But I'm okay with that. Yeah. Keep your eyes towards heaven, your heart on Jesus, and your rubber side down. I did it backwards this time. Y'all have a blessed one.